'Twas the night before Christmas, and instead of cozy fires or peaceful hallways, we get a blood-soaked, fed-up Santa Claus crash landing onto the roof of one of the wealthiest families in America. The whole house is being held hostage by mercenaries who want far more than holiday cheer. So if you came looking for a warm, fuzzy Christmas film, this ain't it. We are Flicks in a Minute, and today we are talking about Violent Night, a movie that blends 2 parts Die Hard with a dash of Home Alone, then tosses David Harbour into a Santa suit and hands him a weapon. On paper, this thing sounds incredible, and in moments, it really is. But as much fun as we had with pieces of it, the movie settles into the middle and refuses to climb higher. The story follows a worn-down Santa Claus played by Harbour, who is tired of humanity, tired of greedy kids, and honestly tired of doing this job at all. He is not spreading joy so much as limping through the night. That is how he ends up in Greenwich, Connecticut, stumbling right into a home invasion in progress. At first, he wants no part of it. He is done. He is clocking out. But when he realizes a young girl named Trudy is trapped inside and still believes in him with her whole heart, he cannot just walk away. The mercenaries, led by a man calling himself Mr. Scrooge, have taken over the Lightstone Mansion, and this family makes the Grinch look emotionally grounded. Beverly D'Angelo plays the iron-fisted matriarch. Jason and Linda are the estranged couple trying to keep it together for Trudy. Then there's Alva with her delusional wannabe action star boyfriend and her influencer child. During the chaos, Santa's reindeer panic and bolt, leaving him stranded with no sleigh and no way out. So he digs in and fights back, and this is where Violent Night shines brightest. Harbour throws himself into every punch, every stumble, every improvised weapon the man commits. There is a weary sadness under all the violence that gives this version of Santa some real texture. You believe he has been doing this job for centuries and is done pretending it still feels magical. When he mutters about materialism and kids who tear through gifts like wild animals, we were nodding. Harbour makes it funny and tragic at the same time. The action is brutal in a way that plays more like dark comedy than pure carnage. And make no mistake, this is a hard R-rated movie. Blood sprays, bones break, and the violence is graphic and unrelenting. The movie definitely enjoys finding holiday-themed ways to hurt people. The standout sequence, the one everyone remembers, is the Home Alone riff. Trudy sets up traps, mercenaries walk straight into them, and the film fully commits to that R rating. We felt the energy spike. It is entertaining and chaotic in all the right ways. But here's where the cracks show. Every time the movie gets exciting, it is echoing something we have seen before. Home Alone, Die Hard, Bad Santa. Even National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, thanks to Beverly D'Angelo. Violent Night wears its influences proudly, but it struggles to form an identity of its own. And after the novelty of the concept wears off, the movie does not evolve. It stays in the same gear. Santa improvises another weapon, another mercenary goes down, rinse and repeat. We were entertained, sure, but we were also waiting for that next big push that never comes. The movie also hints at deeper ideas it never fully explores. Santa's whole deal is that he is fed up with consumerism. He complains about how Christmas has become about wanting more instead of appreciating what you have. There is a genuinely anti-capitalist edge to his character that could have been sharp and pointed, but the film does not trust that idea enough to lean into it. Instead of using the violence to comment on holiday greed and materialism, it just keeps showing Santa bashing bad guys. There is something there, but Violent Night never digs deep enough to find it. Tone-wise, the movie is trying to balance 3 things: dark comedy, action thriller, heartfelt Christmas story. It never fully blends them into one smooth experience. The movie jumps between styles instead of weaving them together, and whenever it reaches for something emotional, it does not quite get there. Not because the idea is bad, but because the groundwork is thin. Harbour does what he can to keep things grounded. His conversations with Trudy are some of the best moments in the movie. Leah Brady brings genuine warmth, and together they find something real in the middle of all the chaos. The film works best whenever it focuses on that connection. It gives Santa purpose beyond the violence and reminds us why he matters to this kid who badly needs something to believe in. The villains themselves do not leave much of a mark. Leguizamo does what he can, but Mr. Scrooge never rises above being a standard bad guy. The Lightstone family has potential for sharp satire, but they mostly drift along as background noise. Violent Night runs 112 minutes. This movie would have crushed at a tight 90. Instead, it stretches a single great idea across too much space. The pacing sags, the repetition creeps in, and by the third act, we were not bored, but we were not excited either. We are giving Violent Night 2 out of 5 stars. It is a fun one-timer with some great moments, but it never pushes itself past the middle. You will enjoy pieces of it, especially if you are desperate for an alternative Christmas movie, but it is not going to be your new December tradition. The potential for something special is all over this movie, and that might be the most frustrating part. It could have been so much more, but it wasn't. There is a sequel in the works. Maybe it will build on what worked here and fix what didn't. We will find out when it drops. And that wraps up this episode of Flicks in a Minute. Stick around. YouTube has another review picked out for you. We think you'll enjoy that one too. Until next time, movie lovers.
Oh, what's Gucci Squad fam? It's the Bird Locker, living the dream. You know it. See this guy? Dead as hell. Santa's real. All right? Don't end up on the naughty list. Do better. Bert Lightstone out.